everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a very exciting video. I am going to chat with you guys all about my proposal and my wedding, which is so much fun. I love the wedding. I love chatting about the wedding. I love planning the wedding. I have a ton of content planned for kind of a wedding series on my YouTube channel. So everything from DIYs to wedding decor hauls, Etsy vendor reviews. I'm going to be doing vlog style videos of me planning the wedding, organization videos, budget videos, all that kind of fun stuff. But I wanted to start all that out with this video and kind of get you guys up to speed because Jamie and I got engaged back in July and I didn't really start making videos again until this week. And so I want to be able to get you guys up to speed, chat with you about what I've already planned so far, and about the proposal and the ring and all of that fun stuff. So let's start at the very beginning with the proposal. Jamie and I went to Europe this past summer and we started our trip in Paris. And that is where we got engaged on the very first day of the trip. The first full day, he and I had planned to meet up with a photographer and take our photo in front of the Eiffel Tower. It was something that meant a lot to me. I don't make a habit of hiring photographers in general, but especially not when I go on trips. I don't have that kind of money. But Paris is one of those dreamy places that everyone kind of dreams of going to, and I knew that I really wanted a picture and a good picture of Jamie and I in front of the Eiffel Tower. A couple days prior to the trip, that whole photographer fell through and I was super bummed, but didn't at that point have the energy to plan for another photographer, and everything I looked up online was just far too expensive. And I kind of thought that we just wouldn't get a photographer, but Jamie was pretty insistent on getting one and he ended up finding an amazing photographer. It's actually a service that I think is just in Europe right now. It's really, really cool, and I'll actually link the website down below if you're interested, you're going to Europe and you want a photographer. The actual session is completely free. You meet up with a local photographer and the website basically pairs you with that photographer. So you meet up with him or her in your city of choice, and you can either go around with them for an hour or 2 hours and they'll take your photo. And then a few days later you get kind of online access to the best maybe 150 photos. And if you like them, you can buy a package. Now the packages aren't super cheap. I will say that they're in euros, and so especially with conversion, they definitely weren't cheap, but if we didn't like any of the photos, we didn't have to buy them, and that would have made the entire session completely free. Of course, I did not know at the time that we booked this, but Jamie had planned with the guy that he was gonna propose to me on camera, and so there was no chance we weren't buying those photos. But had that engagement not happened, we may have looked at the photos, hated them, and decided not to buy. So I'm not at all sponsored by that company. They don't know I'm making this video. I just thought it might be a good idea to tell you guys about it because we really enjoyed our experience. So I'll leave that link down below. Yeah, so that Jamie set up that entire photographer. The day that we went to go meet with him, I had no idea. Jamie wasn't acting weird, and I didn't think he could plan something like this because the engagement ring is obviously very expensive, very sentimental, and I pack for him. I just didn't think that A, he'd be able to get it there without me knowing, and B, even if he could get it there, he's a pretty anxious guy. He knows that this is worth a lot of money, and I didn't think he'd want to bring it to Europe. I was like convinced that this engagement wasn't gonna happen in Europe, but it did. So we got engaged and the day was amazing. We ended up walking around Paris that day with the photographer. We told our family later in the day because of the time change, and we ended up going for an amazing dinner and then buying a bottle of champagne and watching the Eiffel Tower twinkle. So it was a pretty epic engagement. The kind of funny part about the engagement, and I feel a little vindicated because I knew Jamie. I knew he wouldn't want to bring something so expensive across to Europe, especially without me knowing. The ring that I was proposed with, or proposed to with, wasn't my actual ring. It was a replica that was made out of cubic zirconia and silver. And I had no idea. And Jamie made me believe that it was the real diamond ring throughout the entire 2-week trip. We had to make sure this ring was safe at all times, so much so that when we were on the coast of Italy and, you know, we had the ocean right there and we were at the beach, one of the two of us had to stay on the beach with the ring because God forbid it went into the water and got lost. And so Jamie and I couldn't ever spend any time together in the ocean. I had no idea I was wearing a cubic zirconia and silver ring until we got back and he surprised me with the real ring at an engagement party. And I probably should have been really happy about it, but I was actually super sad because I'd grown really attached to the other ring, but I've like fully come around now. Just to kind of chat a little bit about the ring, I actually designed the ring itself, and you're gonna say to me in the comments, yeah, you designed it. Everyone has that ring. I know. It's a halo circle diamond with a halo around it and diamonds on the band. But you'd be surprised how different the same kind of style can be in different types. I wanted the diamonds to look as much like they were floating as possible and to have as little metal showing as possible. I also wanted the diamonds surrounding the middle diamond to be slightly bigger than the diamonds on the band. I kind of wanted the entire thing to be really dainty and really feminine looking, and I think that the jeweler nailed it. I am super, super happy with the ring. The middle diamond of the ring is actually Jamie's grandmother's stone, and I never met her. She passed away unfortunately before Jamie and I even met, but she was one of the first female lawyers in Poland. She came across to Canada. She was extremely, extremely smart, was very opinionated, would tell everyone her opinions, and from the sounds of her, she was quite the spitfire. I feel very, very lucky and honored to be wearing her ring. The diamond itself, to me, just signifies strength and female independence, female empowerment. I am so honored to be wearing the diamond that she wore. Kind of supporting women in being as strong and empowered as they can be is something that's really important to me and something that I really want to accomplish throughout my life, both here on my channel and in the real world. And so to be able to wear this ring and to have a constant reminder of her strength is amazing to me. That's about the ring. That's it with the proposal. Now let's get into the fun stuff and talk about the wedding. Immediately after coming back from Europe, I started planning a destination wedding. I wanted a wedding on a beach with my toes in the sand, my kind of hair wind gusted. I wanted my hair in the wind and a beach and an ocean, and that's what Jamie wanted too, and we were so excited about it. But because of Zika, it just didn't work out that way, and we had to cancel. I guess we didn't cancel a trip because we didn't book one, but we had to kind of scrap that idea. Jamie and I now have plans to get married in Niagara-on-the-Lake in October of this year. If you don't know what Niagara-on-the-Lake is, it's basically Ontario's wine country. It's absolutely beautiful, a tiny little town with a gorgeous, quaint strip that's surrounded by all these beautiful wineries. Jamie and I actually aren't getting married in a winery. We're getting married at an old converted courthouse, which is so appropriate considering we're both criminal lawyers. The actual venue itself, even if it hadn't been a converted courthouse, is just so beautiful. It's got super high ceilings, really thick moldings. It's an old building that's been converted into this event space and is just beautiful. So we have a date in October. We have the venue. We've also booked a caterer. We have booked a photographer and a videographer. We have a stocked open bar. Jamie and I still have to pick the wine though. So we really want to do something local to Niagara-on-the-Lake and pick a winery that's kind of surrounding where we're getting married. So we're gonna have to go on a few wine tastings this summer, which, I mean, if I have to go on wine tastings to plan my wedding, then girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do, right? So what else do we have planned photographer, videographer, caterer. We have a DJ. We have the officiant, and we are having a Jewish wedding, and I have yet to find any YouTuber here plan a Jewish wedding and talk about the planning of their Jewish wedding. So I'm going to be doing a video completely dedicated to that, because there are a lot of things that people need to know if they're planning a Jewish wedding. And if you're like me and you have no idea, I think that a video like that would be helpful. What else? Officiant, photographer, videographer, wedding coordinator. We have booked a wedding coordinator, so she's gonna take over 6 weeks prior to the wedding. I am the wedding planner. Wedding planner has been booked. And I think that's it. We still need a florist. I have started buying decor items, so I could theoretically do a wedding decor haul like today. I could film one, I have enough. But I don't know if you guys want to see smaller decor hauls sporadically kind of leading up to the process, or if you'd rather one bigger one right near the end. Let me know what you'd prefer. But I have started buying some wedding decor, and actually my mom and I are going across the border to Buffalo tomorrow, so I plan on going to Hobby Lobby and Home Goods, Target, and hopefully I'll find a bit more stuff there. So if you do want a wedding decor haul sooner rather than later, let me know in the comment section, and I will have enough stuff to do one pretty soon. But that's basically where we're at in this stage. We've done most of the vendors, and we're moving into all of the fun kind of wrapping it, pulling it all together type things. So that's it with this video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it fun to watch. Again, let me know what you're interested in seeing in upcoming videos in the comment section. And if you've been married or you're getting married, let me know what kind of, you know, tips and tricks you found helpful, or if you're getting married, what stage you're at in the planning. I'd love to kind of do this with you guys. And I don't have a lot of friends who have been married at this point. Jamie and I are one of the first. So I don't have a lot of people to go to ask advice of. I do have a few people, and I'm super grateful for them, but any tips and tricks would be really, really appreciated. So I guess that's it, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.